Hello once again, everybody. This is Rich with High Percent Trading. We're going to recap some of the trade setups from Friday on several of the markets using the Oracle indicator and also showing some of the Oracle auto trader setups. Now this is the Aussie dollar. I'm going to go through several different markets. This is the Aussie dollar. This is Friday's trade actually right here. The trend was down on Friday. The projected trend was down. So it was looking to take these short trades here. It's only on the auto trader setups that we're looking at. It's the very conservative setup, only looking at trading what's called the gold zone. And in the case of a downtrend, the gold zone is from this gold band up to the red projected sell area. It also will take a breakout trade short, and this is actually a breakout trade over here, where for that day, which was Tuesday, our trend was down for the day, and we broke out below the projected buy area for the day. So again, very sideways market in the Aussie dollar on Friday, but still a couple of good trade setups. And actually, you can see on this screen the actual trade setups for the last 4 days in the Aussie dollar, going all the way back to Tuesday. This is the breakout trade. These were several of the gold zone trades here on Wednesday, gold zone trade on Thursday, and then on Friday. So that's our Aussie dollar. Let's take a look at another market. This is the British pound from Friday. Now, just like the Aussie, the projected daily trend on the pound on Friday was down. So the gold zone trades, trading the setup the way it's taught. Just basically a short entry here. Again, very sideways market movement in the pound on Friday. Just a short entry here, which resulted in a very nice trade setup. And then as we got late into the session, it signaled another couple of trades here. But this is really late into the session on a Friday, and generally not recommended trading past usually 9 or 10 a.m. Pacific. This is all the way out to 11 a.m. So that's the pound. And again, you can see that it normally it's much better when we've got a big trending type market, but even when it goes sideways like this, trading the gold zone and trading the breakouts is a very conservative and generally very nicely profitable way to trade a market. Let's take a look at another currency. Now this is the Canadian dollar from Friday, and again, so far the currencies we've looked at were pretty, I guess for lack of a better term, pretty calm as far as their range on Friday. Didn't have a lot of news affecting the markets, but again, our projected daily trend was down for the day in the Canadian dollar. And early on in the session, it did a short trade setup here. This was a gold band trade, gold zone trade, and then these were the breakout trades. We broke below the projected buy area for the day, and the Oracle Auto Traders also set up to signal and or take those short trade entries. So you had a nice entry here, and then again, as I pointed out earlier in the video on the pound, this took us to almost noon Pacific time. Only a couple of hours left trading in the session, so generally not a good idea to trade past that. This trade setup did get a scalp for about 10 or 11 ticks, but it's not generally a good idea to trade that late into the session on Friday. So that's the Canadian dollar for Friday. Here's the Japanese yen from Friday. Now the yen's trend for the projected trend for the day on Friday was up. You can tell by the dark blue band as opposed to the dark red band that we had on the earlier examples. And so our projected daily trend for the yen was up. Signaled long entries here. This is early on in the session. We moved up towards the projected sell area for the day, and then we broke out through that area. And it did signal another nice long entry here, at least on the breakout trade. manual traders would have actually got this trade right here if they were trading manually. But again, just showing the Oracle auto trade setups, again on an uptrend day in yen. A really nice trade setup way back here. One of the great features about this is that the reward to risk is very, very large on these trade setups, because it's basically telling you or predicting what the trend is for the day. And when you get down into these important areas, especially down in the gold zone, these markets can travel a long distance in your favor. Okay, here's our last currency I want to take a look at. This is the Swiss franc from Friday. Now, this is a good example of a projected daily trend was down on Friday, and initially it looked to take a short trade up here as we came up to the projected high. Now, this trade only amounted to a few ticks as far as a scalp was concerned, but then as we broke out, and it's important, and as we point out, when a market's trend is predicted to be in one direction and we break out on the opposite side, that's very important generally. It's because something else is going on that day in the market, either news, economic news, world events, or the large traders have decided that something's impacting their positions and they need to move them. So it's very important to go with the breakouts, and we teach that and show that every day. This was the breakout trade then to the upside on the Swiss. And then it had a couple of other small re-entries here. This one was a good one. This one not so good. And then this for a small scalp. And then that was the end of the day. So not a really large range, but still profitable. The way a market should be traded when it's not doing really what it's predicted to do that day. That's extremely important to successful trading every day. We recap some of the currency trades for Friday. Let's take a look at one of the stock indexes. This is the E-mini S&P 500 for Friday. It's, of course, if you follow the markets, the indexes have been very, very volatile pretty much every day, large movements. So on Friday, our projected daily trend for the day was down. This is our projected sell area for the day. This is our projected buy area. And so early on in the session, starting in the afternoon and then continuing on to what I call the European session, it was signaling nothing but short trades here in the gold zone. Again, just a reminder, on a down day, the gold zone is from the gold band up to the projected sell area. So a series of very nice short trades. Once we moved through the gold zone heading down in favor of the direction of the trade, it's not signaling anymore. This was our projected buy area for the day, and you can see the market came right down to it initially and bounced. For you traders that trade manually, this actually is a manual counter trend trade that we teach, very strong setup, but I'm only showing the auto trader setups in the Oracle. We came back again and retested the market again as far as the level was concerned down here. So came back down one more time and then bounced. This is also a good example of the power of these levels that are established. Again, this was our projected buy area. You can see it came down once, came down twice, came down a third time, and really couldn't get through this level. It was really holding, and then the market started to rally up out of here. So pretty much held for the session, and then we started to rally back up to test the gold band again, resulting in a couple of other short trade setups here as we move back into the gold zone. So as the market rallied back up into the gold zone, we had another a sell here, resulting in some pretty good trade setups. Let me just show a couple of these again as we're moving through the zone, signaling our short trade setups as we're going through here. So again, very powerful, very conservative from the standpoint you're not over trading, and even in a market that was as volatile as the ES on Friday. It not only gives you the projected trend for the day, but gives you the important projected buy and sell areas, and also will trade the breakouts as we move. So for some of you who may have been attending the last week or two here, if you're interested in joining us again for the week, interested in taking a free trial, or interested in more information or seeing this in action every day, I've put up where you can access this. This is the website address here, high%trading.com. This link is the free trial. If you haven't gotten the free trial yet of the Oracle indicators, you can request it here. You can request more information here under the contact, and we hope that you take advantage of this, because I think you'll be very impressed when you come in and see the Oracle in action. So thanks for watching, and hope to see some of you in our rooms next week. So thanks again, everyone. Bye now.